Face-off at center ice will be between Vinny DeCumbis and Noah Hippolyte-Smith to start this third period, and we are underway. DeCumbis looks to skate in, try to slide it towards Price. That didn't work. Now it's sent up high. Favaro, wrister stopped by Kerr, and it sticks to him. This line right out there to start for Chris Paulin. They try to do some damage. Ponovanov all the way ahead looking for Ryerson, and they got their signals crossed. So that's a quick icing. Second whistle of period 3 comes just 21 seconds in, and the Prowlers will switch up their forwards. Draw between Graham and Hippolyte-Smith. Hippolyte-Smith tried to win it back, comes to the boards, and he's able to toss it ahead towards Craig. Johnson stops it with his skate. Graham came back for it. Alex Johnson now back to Favaro. Trying to wheel away from Craig. Lockney gets in. Graham to Johnson, the trailer. His shot gloved and held by Kerr. Another face-off deep in Indiana territory as Alex Johnson was trying to pick that top corner over Kerr's glove. And Chris Kerr seems to have a bit of an unorthodox style goaltending. It didn't seem completely square to that puck as Johnson walked in, but was able to make the glove save. I don't know enough about goaltenders to really give you an explanation beyond the fact that I feel like he looks a little bit different in net. He's not quite as square as you typically see goaltenders. Huber gloves the dump, and he'll elect to grab a whistle. Choppy start to this third period, just over a minute into it. Prowlers trailing 3-1. It was scoreless after the first. Teams traded goals early in the second, but then Dalton Anderson scored twice later in that period. And that is where we stand. Prowlers fans trying to get their team back into it. Outside try by the aforementioned Anderson, swallowed up by Huber.
When I say let's go, you say Prowlers, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They whistle it down off the draw, and we'll try it again from that same spot as the crowd continues to get loud here at McMorran. Sent to the point. Pazika back down low. Oregon and Dawson chasing. Anderson. Checked by Anderson. That's Blake Anderson for the Prowlers. Dalton Anderson for the Sentinels. Price wheeling in. Price gets in on the backhand save. Kerr, it's set there for a moment before it's cleared over to the wall. Pazika wraps it all the way around. Federley tried to go back on net, partially blocked. Collazo looking ahead towards Dalton Anderson out of his reach. Icing waved off. Oregon around the net, up towards Blake Anderson, but they couldn't make that pass work. Haggerty got it in deep. Oregon all the way around through Lockney. Oregon again ahead to Hakala into the offensive zone. Cuts in, shot blockered by Kerr. Haggerty ahead for Elias as Lockhart watching him as he dumped it in and headed off for a change. Hakala couldn't bring in the pass cleanly. Delayed offsides here was against Indiana, and Ponovanov went back in to continue to play it. We'll see where they put this face-off. It will be just outside the Prowlers' end. little bit of battling over on that far wing between Craig and James. That was the reason for the delayed puck drop. Ponovanov looking for Hippolyte Smith. Lockhart spins back. James, tap for Bucell. Tossed in, Ponovanov heads after it, swings it around this way. Parsons to the net, deflected, score! Connor Bazal! And the Prowlers are within one! Sentinels thought immediately it may have been a high stick, but I don't know if we're going to get a review. Ryan Parsons so good at sifting pucks through to the net. And Connor Bazal with great hand-eye coordination, able to tip it down past Kerr for his second goal of the season. There's a great look at Bazal. No challenge coming from Everett Thompson. Or maybe there is. Thompson having a chat with referee Paul Jean. The conversation's continuing there on the bench. And they are going to review it. The referee's going to review for high stick here. And we'll see what they can see. Let's take a look at our Elite Electric replay as they review in the box. Can't see the deflection there. It is a coach's challenge officially, so if this stands up, the Prowlers would end up on a power play. And you see Paul Jean, the FPHL's head of officiating, in there on the iPad trying to figure it out. Try and see it from our corner cam. I don't see the deflection from there, which that would be the best angle, but you can't see it quite from there as the camera moved. And we have our decision. And goal stands. And it looks like the Prowlers are going to power play now. Let's see if we can see that reverse angle one more time, because I think that was the one that we had that was on Bazal as he got to the net. Paul Jean gives the explanation to Everett Thompson. That looked below the crossbar. Or may have been. I think the Prowlers should be on a power play here unless the referees initiated this challenge. Here's the angle I was looking for. Watch Bazal, watch the puck come in, and it's very close. Not conclusive. So, they stay with the call on the ice. This must not have been a coach's challenge because we stay 5-on-5. So it was initiated by the officials. But either way, we continue. Prowlers within a goal. Kept in at the line by Federley. A drive deflected. Rebound Graham tried a back pass. That didn't go anywhere. Huber over to Oregon. Steps out. Moves ahead. Oregon gets the red line, tosses it in. Graham and Colarusso heading after it. Fields, stick handles over to Colazzo. Knocked off his stick. Oregon waiting for his team to complete a change. He delays, floats it ahead towards Blake Anderson trying to get back to it. Kerr will cover up as Anderson was surrounded by a couple of Sentinels. And now Colarusso and Anderson nose to nose. Lost the headman feed, and Anderson just couldn't get back to it as Colarusso stood in his way. Face-off comes right to Dawson. Poked off his stick quickly by Price. Colarusso back to Dawson. Price right on him. Favaro at the line. Back down deep it goes. Anderson tried a centering feed that came back to him. Anderson ran into Colarusso. And here comes Dawson. Right in on Huber. Stick to the corner. Favaro. Up for Blake Anderson. As teammates heading up ice, he'll go that way as well. Drop for Price. Got to go back down low towards Anderson. Now Anderson tried to turn it towards the net, knocked away by Collazo. Prowlers making a change. Collazo for Ponovanov on the left wing side. Cross corner dump, flagged down by Parsons. Ahead towards James. Bizal slips past, heading after it in the offensive end. Hippolyte Smith bounced it back for Ponovanov. He's forced out by Bizal. Craig closed off by Luke James. And now Lockhart up to Bizal, gets the red line, soft chip in. Terrain sweeps it around behind his net. Bucell, the first one, waiting on the other side. Terrain back on it, ahead to Haggerty. Has Craig at the offensive blue line. He was tied up with Parsons, and they will blow that one down for an offsides against the Sentinels. We'll be right back. 14 and a half left to go in period 3. Prowlers now down just 1 here on the PHP Network.